Every young player you meet says they want to be an elite player. They picture the trophies, the applause, the slow motion highlight reels. But no one talks about what it costs. Not the money, not the hours, not the mental erosion that comes with chasing perfection in a sport that does not show forgiveness. To become elite in tennis, it can't just be a dream. It's a timeline of sweat, tears, and blood. And if you're even a year late, it's possible that the door has already closed. If you like this video concept idea, give us a like, hit that subscribe button, and you might as well stay tuned for all Hot Take Tennis videos moving forward. Thanks so much for watching. Let's get into it. So, by the time most kids learn how to ride a bike, you need a racket in your hand. Age 3 is when the path begins. Your parents aren't thinking about play dates anymore. They're filming your first forehand on an iPhone and sending it to a coach for analysis. Between ages 3 and 10, every movement matters. Grip, swing path, footwork. It all has to be drilled until it's become unconscious. If you hit your first real backhand after age 10, you're already behind the curve. The fundamentals aren't just taught. They're engineered into you before you even understand what the word elite means. Now, once the basics are hardwired, the real process starts. Forget normal school. Forget summer vacations. If you're serious, you live at an academy, one of those manicured training prisons that promise to shape champions. Middle school to high school becomes a blur of courts and conditioning. 6 hours a day, 7 days a week. Other kids, well, they're hitting the mall, while you're hitting serves until your shoulder aches. That's how the system wants it. Total isolation from distraction. Because distraction means mediocrity. And mediocrity is death in tennis. And remember, none of this comes cheap. The dream has a bill, and it starts long before you ever even see a paycheck. Private coaching, travel equipment, academy, housing. It's $1 million investment before you turn 16. And if your parents can't afford it, well, tough luck. Because tennis doesn't care about fairness. This sport rewards the well-funded, not necessarily the most talented. For every prodigy with sponsorship deals, there are thousands whose careers end because the family credit card runs dry. And no one really talks about that part. You'll never hear it in an interview. But the truth is, if money is a problem, well, so is your dream. By 13, you're on the ITF junior circuit, traveling to obscure countries with a racket bag heavier than your own body weight. Rankings matter more than birthdays. You live on airport floors, survive on pasta, and measure your self-worth in match tiebreaks. Every tournament is a silent elimination round. The top 1% move forward, and the rest, well, they disappear quietly. By 16, if you're not cracking the top 100 in juniors, well, it's over, and you just don't know it yet. When you graduate from your academy boarding school, you have 2 doors in front of you. Door 1, jump straight into the Futures Tour, where prize money barely covers dinner that night. Or door 2, play college tennis, maybe earn an NIL deal, and earn a degree while you hope the system doesn't forget your name. There's no right choice. Only risk. You're betting everything, youth, sanity, savings, on a career that statistically won't last a decade. And the best part, even if you make it, someone younger is already training to take your spot. And then, if you finally get past that portion of it, and you're turning pro, well, it doesn't really feel like a graduation. It feels more like joining a war. Except the difference is it's every man for themselves. Each man is an island, representing their own nation, their own self-interest. Futures are played in empty clubs with no line judges, especially in the qualifiers, and barely functioning scoreboards. You're grinding for points, not glory. A few good weeks and you move up to challengers. A few bad weeks and you vanish from the rankings. Travel never stops. Sleep disappears. Injuries multiply. You wake up in hotel rooms that all look the same, wondering what country you're in. Every match feels like survival, because it is. The margin at this level are microscopic. A bad serve toss can be the difference between a paycheck and a plane ticket home. Tennis is no longer an art. It's no longer what you grew up loving to play. It's a science experiment that punishes imperfection, and you're full of it. Now here's where most people break. To stay alive in this world, you need the mental fortitude of a soldier. Pressure, it's not occasional. It's constant. Every point is judgment. Every loss feels personal. Because remember, you play alone. You travel alone. You lose alone. The sport doesn't give you teammates to lean on or timeouts to breathe. It's just you, your thoughts, and the scoreboard. To survive that, you have to bend your will until it stops bending and starts breaking everything around it. You have to treat comfort like a disease. You have to become addicted to improvement, to repetition, and to pain, because someone out there is already working while you're thinking about the rest. And unfortunately, most players never even make it past this stage. The injuries, the burnout, the costs, they pile up and it becomes unsustainable. And the world just keeps spinning without you. Because in tennis, failure is not loud. It's dead silent. No one remembers the players who almost made it. And you don't get credit for effort. You either win or you disappear. Becoming an elite tennis player isn't just unlikely. It's almost unnatural. It requires an obsession that borders on self-erasure. You have to sacrifice so much. Your identity, your childhood, and balance, all for the privilege of competing in a system designed to break you. The irony is that the very traits that make someone elite, obsession, perfectionism, stubbornness, are the same traits that make a normal life impossible. You don't become elite by chasing happiness. You become elite by accepting that happiness is irrelevant. And that's why so few make it. Because being elite isn't just about skill. It's about endurance of your soul. Most people can't handle it. So, are you asking the question yet? How do you become an elite tennis player? Well, simply put, you start at 3, you spend your childhood on a court, you burn through $1 million, you give up normalcy, friends, and sanity, you build your body into a weapon and your mind into armor, you fail repeatedly until failure becomes your default state. And maybe, if the stars align, you break into the top 100. You won't be famous, you won't be necessarily rich, but you'll be elite. That's the reality the highlight reels don't show you. That's what separates the dreams from the truth. Becoming elite isn't about destiny. It's about choosing to live a life that almost no one could survive, and calling that normal. If you learned something today, hit subscribe, drop a comment, and tell us, would you still chase this dream, knowing what it really takes? See you next time.